I got a question. How many of y'all knew that the stock market moved three ways? If you just like me and you just now figuring this out or finding this out, let me know in the chats. If you already knew that, let me know what happened with that piece of information. How did it change your thoughts on stocks? The reason why I'm asking is because for me, it was instrumental. And I want to share with everyone else what I learned and what kind of techniques to use so that you can get ahead in stocks. So if you want to go for that ride, hang on, ride with me. It's your boy, the Worthy Investor. Let's go.
Ay, 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 ay. Look, baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, they ain't gon' feed you. I been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, they ain't gon' feed you. I been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex, my swole up. Hard body, they fold up. Shawty say I done glowed up. Double text on my phone up. With your boy, I'm the man of the year. I'm not a fan of your peers. Serve him a fate, I'ma hand him the shears. He not the man of your peers. Heart of a lion, I'm trampling fears.
Now that we back, let's get into this disclaimer, right? Always do your own research. You know what I like to say as the worthy investor, search your worth. It's worth the search. So what that means is that if it's anything that I say, any content that I give you that catches your interest, search it up. Make sure that I'm giving you correct information. Make sure that you're arming yourself with correct information before you're making a play out here. It's very important, very, very, very important. I don't know how many times I can stress this issue, but be sure to search your worth, people. So now that the hard part's out of the way, the stock market moves three ways. It moves up, down, and sideways, right? Now, the famous Sun Tzu had a saying, right? If you know yourself and the enemy and the terrain, then the battle is already won. If you only know yourself and not your enemy, then the battle is only half won, right? It could go either way. If you don't know your enemy or the terrain or yourself, damn it, you're lost, right? So that's a very important saying, and it might not go exactly that way, but knowing which way the market moves is definitely gonna transfer into your win-loss ratio when you're investing in stocks. If you only know how the market moves when it's going up, you only have a 33% chance of making gains. If you understand how to make money when the market is going up, down, and sideways, then you have a 99% chance of making money, right? Because now you know how to make money when it's going down. You know how to make money if it's staying still, not really doing much, and you know how to make money when it's going up. So these are the things that we want to hone in on, and this is the real meat of everything because this is where you want to really, really, really put your emphasis on learning. Because once you learn this strategy, then you're not gonna sweat. It's gonna be no sweat. You're probably wondering, where am I gonna use these plays that the investor is talking about? Where am I gonna make calls and where am I gonna place puts? So let me give you that information beforehand. Robinhood is a great application that you can use. It's very user friendly for beginners, and it also gives you tips and strategies, and it also breaks down what calls and puts are and things like that if you go to the help icon or if you're looking for information on there. TD Ameritrade is another one as well. Okay, so how to make money when the stock is going up. When the stock is going up, you want to place something called a call. And a call means that you think the stock is going to move in an upward direction. So, what a call essentially does is it gives you an agreed upon price, which is the strike price where you think the stock is going to move to or higher, and you're betting that it's going to go there. So you're going to buy a contract, you're going to pay the fee for the contract, and you're going to buy the contract with an expiration date and with the price that you want. Now, each contract has something called a bid and an ask, right? So the bid price is how much you pay for the stock to go to the number that you agree on. The ask is what the person that's selling the contract is asking, right? So for every person buying, there's a person selling. So this is something that we need to remember, because whenever you're going into buying a contract, you always want to make sure that there's volume or liquidity in the contract that you're going to buy. Let's say that same stock is on the way down, or you believe that it's gonna go down at some point. At this point, or at this juncture, you want to make a play called a put. And a put is essentially saying that you believe that the stock is going to be moving in a downward direction, and so you're willing to place a bet at an agreed upon price that you believe that stock is going to go to, and if it goes there or lower, that's where you see profit. This is what a call and what a put is. So now that you understand calls and puts, then you're well off on your way, because we're way further along than just understanding that we can make money when the stock goes up. Now, as I mentioned earlier about the three ways, is that the stock also moves another direction. It moves up, down, and sideways. So when it comes to sideways movement of a stock, there's other strategies that you can put in place to make gains off of the stock not really moving too much up or down and just staying pretty much within a certain number. So whenever you encounter something like that, just understand that there are more advanced strategies that you can use to make a play here. But for the sake of just trying to keep things simplified, let's just stick with calls and puts for now. And in a later video, we can discuss how it looks to make more advanced plays like straddles and strangles. Whenever you want to make a play, or you want to, I call it making plays, but whenever you want to make a call or a put, you have to buy a contract. So you're probably wondering, what exactly is a contract? When you're dealing with stock options, you have to purchase what's called a contract. And a contract is equivalent to having 100 stocks inside of it. So it's like a piece of paper, essentially, and it's saying that you're giving yourself the option to buy 100 shares of this stock at the agreed upon price, which we earlier mentioned as a strike price. Okay, so because you're purchasing what's called a contract, these contracts are going to sell for significantly lower rates than if you just brought a stock outright. So remember this here, because I don't want anyone to get confused if you see a contract and it says something like $7.95. That's going to be per share. So always times the number of the contract that you see by 100. So if you see a contract at a call and it has a strike price at a number that you like and it's going for $7.95, then you want to do $7.95 times 100. So actually this contract would be $795. You're adding 100 to it because we understand that there's 100 shares inside of this contract that come with it. So that's something that I want you to remember, because I don't want anyone to get confused further down the line by seeing this low number that a contract might go for and forgetting that there's 100 shares inside of each contract. So the option is essentially giving you the option to buy 100 shares of this contract at the agreed upon price, which would be, as we called it, and you know the name already because I've said it so many times, the strike price. Some real money. You're on your way to making more money than you were in the first place, because before you didn't even know that you could make this type of money on stocks if they go up or down or stay sideways. So now that you know that, I want to see your responses. If you were able to understand, I hope this video gave you a thorough understanding of what goes on and how this is possible. And essentially, I just really wanted to just open up some of my listeners, some of your ears to this new concept that I learned, right? Because once you do that, then you can search and you can understand more what these things are. But just putting it out there in the first place is such a big deal. So we can go way more in depth, and I certainly will. Let me know how you feel. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. You already know what that does. It helps the algorithm out. Definitely, man, like, share, subscribe, And if you like the content, just stay tuned for more. It's your boy, I'm the Worthy Investor, and we out, man.
Hennessy and horchata, baby girl wearing nada. Growing from a cider, bathrobe in his Prada. Fiji water by the cold glass, granddaddy by the ziplock. Flex season, I'm road running, I'm staying all on my tip top. Young man with an old mind, so I ain't worried about slight. I be up till sunrise, I'm staying out on my night shift. I got a bottle of bourbon, a bundle of honeys, I'm jiggy, I'm flexing it. Figured I hit it and quit it, I'm busy, I ain't got the minutes for texting it. Came from the gutter with me and my brother, I'm moving my mother right out of the city. I'm a star and they know I go hard, so I'm kissing them babies and signing them. Gold blingin' like Chingo, rock star like Ringo. Checks coming in back to back, I'ma line them up like bingo. Oh, I think that they like me, they be all on my wood tip. Not a stain on my white tee, I'm popping all of this good. Big flex, my swole up, double cup and I'm pulled up. Hating like hold up, what's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex, my swole up. Hard body, they fold up. Shawty say I done glowed up. Double text on my phone up. Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, it ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, they ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you?